Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Tag Tuesday, so I'm going to be filming the rapid fire book tag. I'll leave the original tag video down below. The first question is, if I'm looking down, it's because I have my laptop right next to me and that's where I'm getting the questions from. The first question is ebook or physical book, and although I check out ebooks from my library, I always prefer physical books. I think they just look better on my shelves. And the second question is paperback or hardback. I prefer reading paperbacks, but I think hardbacks look more aesthetically pleasing on my shelves. Next question is online or in-store book shopping. Although I wish I could do in-store book shopping, their books are more expensive in-store, so whenever I get a coupon from my local indie bookstore or from Barnes & Noble, I would go into the bookstore, but most of my shopping is done online through Amazon or Book Outlet. The next question is trilogies or series, and I am a die-hard series fan. I love reading series. I think there's more books to develop more of the characters and you get more in-depth views of the world, so I prefer series. Next is heroes or villains, and I love heroes. Although there are some pretty great villains, I always prefer heroes. The next question is a book I want everyone to read. A book I want everyone to read is The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer, and this book has multiple awards for good reason. This book is set in a dystopian North America and Mexico kind of combined, and it doesn't really focus that much on the dystopian aspect. It's more of a coming of age story on this young boy called Mateo Alacran. The next question is recommend an underrated book. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It's called Perfect Chemistry by Simone Elkels. This book is a romance, but it's so much more than that. It's a romance between kind of like a star-crossed lovers deal. So it has to do with a girl named Brittany who's pretty much well off, and then she falls in love with this young boy who is a Mexican American, but he is in a gang. So it's much more depth in this book than what the cover entails. The next question is the last book I finished. The last book I finished was Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. And it's a sci-fi book and it's really incredible. I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Next is the last book I bought. And the last book I bought was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I got it at Goodwill. So this will be coming up in one of my book hauls that I'm going to be doing, my January book haul. Weirdest thing I've used is a bookmark. I always carry a bookmark with me, so I've never had to get something on the fly. But I guess the weirdest thing I have used are leaves, like tree leaves, so that answers that. Used books, yes or no? Yes, I love getting used books. I go to Goodwill all the time and I buy a lot of books, and you can get great hardcovers for like $2, so I love getting used books. Top 3 favorite genres. Fantasy, romance, and coming of age. I'm not sure if coming of age is a genre, but I'm gonna classify it as one because I love coming of age stories. Borrow or buy? Buy. Always buy. Characters or plot? Characters, but I do like some plot in my stories. I don't want it to be bland and dull to the point where I don't want to keep on reading because it's so boring, but definitely characters for me. Long or short books? I don't know. I don't really have a preference. I guess I would say long, but I'm pretty okay with both of them. Long or short chapters? Short chapters, definitely. I feel like with short chapters, I feel like I'm reading more, so I read faster, and that's why I prefer short chapters. Name the first 3 books that you think of. Catching Fire, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and The Help by Kathryn Stockett. Books that make you laugh or cry. So a book that made me laugh, that a lot of people never say that it's actually a funny book, is Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And a book that made me cry. I am a book crier, so I pretty much cry for anything. I cried in Catching Fire, I cried in Siege and Storm, I cried in Eleanor and Park, I cried in A Court of Mist and Fury. I cry all the time in all of the books that I read. Our world or fictional worlds? Definitely fictional worlds. I read some contemporary, but they're not my favorite, so always fictional worlds. Audiobooks, yes or no? Definitely yes. Up until recently, I did not like audiobooks. I didn't understand how people can pay attention to them, how they can get invested in the stories or get invested in the characters. But recently I got into audiobooks and I completely fell in love with them. I do a lot of my reading on audio, so I love audiobooks. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? No. I think that's a pretty good thing. I don't judge books by the cover, and I rarely ever buy books because of how pretty or ugly the cover is. Book to movie or book to TV adaptation. So a great adaptation that I actually love is the Catching Fire adaptation. I think they did that. Actually the entire trilogy, I think stayed pretty true to the book, so I love watching those movies. A movie or TV show you preferred to its book. Now, I didn't read these books, but from the opinions of the people that have read these books, they preferred the TV show, so I'm gonna say The Vampire Diaries. Series or standalones? Definitely series. I feel like you get to know the characters more and the world gets explored more and you have more time with the characters, so definitely series. So that's it for the rapid fire book tag. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!